Happy Yarnie Yule! Hi everyone, this is Kim from Affordably Crafty, and today on Yarnie Yule, day number 5, I was gonna do and talk about the tree skirt for our Yarnie Yule tree, but today when I was on my walk with my kids, I found something awesome that I'm gonna need to use right away. So, if you're new here, hi, my name's Kim, and this channel is all about stretching your craft dollar by being affordably crafty. I use tips, tricks, different DIYs, walkthroughs, hauls, deal alerts. In fact, I just put a deal alert up today on 7/4/20 that you'll want to check out about the Spin-Rite Factory outlet. I will link that video down below. That's going on until 7/18/20. So let's go over to my work table. And, oh, by the way, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for your support. And let's go to my work table and I'll show you what I found. Can't wait. Bye. So, I was out on my walk today, and look at the beauties that we found. For size reference, that's my finger. So that's the biggest size-ish. The cute little pine cones are like perfect. And this is the next size. And then the itty bitty ones. So we walked by a tree that had these awesome pine cones. And they were all over the road. I mean, there was like hundreds of them. So I picked through and got some of the best ones that weren't like chewed up, you know what I mean? And so this is the basket that we got. I got about 100. And it's only about a 15-minute walk from the house, so I can always go back and get more if this isn't enough, but I don't want to go too crazy. So today I'm going to talk about how to prepare these so you can use them in crafting. And then I'm going to show you a couple things to make with them. So the first thing we need to do is we need to clean up all the yuckies in here. Because if you guys don't know, these things do contain bugs. And there's lots of debris and yuckiness in it from being on the ground. So we want to try and clean these as best we can so that we don't have an infestation or anything else unpleasant in the house. So the first thing I did was I went through and I took out any big pieces of debris. So any pine needles, any things I could see that I could pick out. So I did that already. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to soak this. So hold on, I have to get the container and I'll be right back. So for this step to clean our pine cones, we are going to need a container for them to sit in. I just have a fish bowl that I got at a thrift store. I think I paid $2 for it. A measuring cup. This is one of the measuring cups I got for the Dollar Tree from my haul for the dye kitchen. I will link that haul from the Dollar Tree down below. I like that it has nice lines on it. I don't know if you can see that. If I hold it like that, it's better. You can see the lines. We need vinegar, just plain white vinegar, and water. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pine cones in there gently so I don't break them. LOL. I'm just going to put them all in there. Make sure they're kind of evened out. These are nice. They're not pokey at all. I've got about half of them in there. Almost done. What do you guys make crafts out of with pine cones? Any of you had these kind of pine cones in your neighborhood before? I haven't seen this kind before. This is pretty interesting to me, personally. I always love using things from nature because, hey, they're free. And with a little bit of love, they can be turned into great crafting items. So, next thing we're going to do is we are going to measure out a 50% solution of water and vinegar. So I'm going to start with 2 cups and see where that leaves us as far as how covered they are. You want to kind of shake that around so it's even. So this is the water, just plain tap water. Nothing fancy here. So it's 2 cups. And then, oh, gotta open the vinegar, 1 second. So here is 2 cups of plain white vinegar. We're adding to the 2 cups of water. Again, you want a 50-50 solution for this. And that's not covering all of them, so we need to do that again. So we're going to do 2 cups of water. And 2 cups of vinegar. So you see the space down there, so I'm going to get something to poke them down with. Just a ye old spoon from the Dollar Tree. And I want to poke them down so they're all below the line there. I mean, to the best that you can. They are going to float, so, you know, take that into consideration. But, so here they are soaking. I am going to let them soak for at least a half an hour, and then I will be back to check on them with you, and we'll see where we're at. So again, soak for a half an hour and see where we're at. All right, see you in a half an hour. Hi everyone. So about 40 minutes have elapsed. I put this coffee container cover on it just because it was super vinegary smelling. And it just kind of fits on top of there loosely. So if you can see inside, as the pine cones get wet, they kind of close up. So now our next step is going to be to get a sheet pan, line it with tin foil, and you're going to want to put your oven on 200 degrees. Thank you for being preheated. 200 degrees. And we are going to wash off the pine cones. And be gentle dumping them so we don't break them. Now we're going to just wash them off in some cold water. It doesn't have to be perfect. Give it a good rinse. You're going to want to give this a shake to get out as much water as you can, reasonably, of as much excess water as you can from the pine cones. Just because the less excess water you have, the less time it's going to have to be in the oven. Okay. Okay, so a couple of important things. Shake out as much water as you can. You're going to want to put them in a single layer. You don't want them laying on top of each other. If you have to, you can put 2 pans in at the same time. And I have put some space between them to give them a chance to open a little bit. Because what is going to happen when they start drying out, they're going to start opening again. So they won't be closed like this for your craft project, so chill on that, okay? So now I'm going to put them in the oven at 200 degrees for 30 minutes, and then I'll be back with you to check on them. Okay, see you in 30 minutes. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, so this is what this looks like after a half an hour on 200 degrees in the oven. It's making a funny crinkly noise. I don't know if you can hear that. It's weird. But as you can see, some of them are already starting to reopen, where other ones are still not. So at this point, there's a choice. You can either continue to put this in the oven for another probably hour and a half, turn them every half an hour. So take them out and turn them over, and keep checking on them every half an hour. Or you can stop and put them on a cooling rack for 2 to 3 days. And then kind of flip them over maybe once or twice a day, just to get the air exposed to all sides. I'm going to go with the oven method because I really don't want to wait 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to flip all these over, then it's going to go back in the oven, and then I'll be back with you guys in a half an hour. See you in a half an hour. So as you can see, another half an hour has elapsed, and they're starting to open more, which means they're starting to get drier. So obviously there's ones that are different sizes here, so you just gotta kind of keep an eye on it. Like this one is pretty open, but it's not open all the, oops, this one here, but it's smaller. See? All right, I'm gonna flip all these and put them in for another half an hour. See you then, guys. So an hour has gone by. When it was 30 minutes, there wasn't much change. But these are pretty much done as far as their oven time. They're pretty much open, most of them. Some of them are still closed a little bit. Oh, we got one that was burned. Yeah, a little burnt one here. Oh, maybe it's burnt, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's hard when they're all different sizes like this to keep it consistent, but, well, I'm pretty happy with how they came out. So I am going to let them sit on this pan and cool overnight. And tomorrow I will work on crafting with these. But for now, this is how you prepare the pine cones to be ready for crafting. And this gets rid of all the yucky, buggies, ickies, and just makes them generally safe to have at your home and craft with. So if you enjoy this content and like learning how to stretch your craft dollar, please subscribe to Affordably Crafty. Here we do lots of things like this. And I hope you will like this video and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I appreciate your time, and share this video if you're so inclined, and see you on tomorrow's episode of Yarnie Yule. Have a great creative day. Bye.